Good morning, Belize. It's a pleasure to be here once again. We always want to encourage our country. I think, the little showers that we got, we remember, my God, it's good. We need some more of that rain, right? And I think people know Belize Campaign experience with the Harvest for Kids, right? Yesterday we were planting with farmers, and my goodness, the farmers have to have faith. If they don't have faith for us, we will not get our food in their table. And so they're planting, and there's no rain in the skies, right? And so people know us for that. They know us for the other products that are being branded out there. When you see the kids, the Belize Campaign Experience logo, buy those because that supports the kids of Belize. And we have been really trying to work with the corporate world to be a good partnership with us, to give back to the community so that we can do this work, because what we do at Belize Campaign Experience takes a lot of resources. Right now we're excited because summer camps are about to start. In the next 2 weeks, kids are out of school, and that's where Belize Campaign Experience come and do. We're doing 13 camps, free camps for kids across in Belize City and the surrounding, and over 6 to 7 youth camps for free. And so what happens after the summer camps, we follow up with the kids and the young people, and that requires resources as well. So we're not that camping where you just do in summer, right? Yeah. So I think a lot of times I say, man, that following up with them in the schools, in clubs, in churches, that takes a lot of resources through the year. And as directors sometimes say, no, I think we should drop that off and just stick with the camp. But really, if you want to see good citizens, good people that will invest into our country and believe that Belize can move forward, it cannot be a one thing.
You have to invest time in them.
Right. It's just like the farmer. You plant, you care, right? And in due time, God brings the fruit. And so if we expect that one summer camp will make a difference in the life of a child, no. We have to continuous work. And that's the work that Belize Campaign Experience is doing. So for us to do that, we really need people to come and support, because it has become not just our passion, but our commitment as Belizeans, as citizens of this country, to move our country forward, to see that the next generation that is coming can really build up our country, like George Price says, right? Like, let's be good people so that we can move this country forward. So Western Dairy answered the call, as we are challenging many companies out there, and one was this over 8 years where, challenging different companies. How can you brand with us? How can you partner with us? Because we need resources, right? We just don't need the ice cream. We need the resources. And so Western Dairy came, the challenge was, what if we take a hot day, right? A hot day. And I think everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
And the proceeds of the ice creams, of the sales of that day, would go to the kids of Belize. And it's a challenge. It's a challenge because, it's, even though it's one day, it's your sales, right, of one day. And just a month ago, they have agreed, and they agreed to give 50 cents of every scoop that you buy across the country of Belize, in every Western Dairy branch. In every branch that they have, there's 6 branches, there's 7, one is coming in PG. It's not going to finish, but it's coming their way. And when you go there, you buy one scoop, and that scoop will support 50 cents towards those programs.
So if you buy 3 scoops,
that's 150. The price doesn't go up. The price remains the same. That's the good thing, is that they're not, right? And so that the more people come on that day, the more resources there will be for us to continue doing these programs.
right?
But how it's going to work is that there's no other product. It's just on the scoops. So if you come that day and you get your little scoop, or you get a little cup, yeah, it still counts. Yeah.
As long as you get a scoop.
Right.
Tell us about the experience that the kids have at these camps.
Yeah. What do they do at the camps? I mean, how do you keep them busy?
Maybe Anya can tell us.
In the mornings, we would eat breakfast, and then we would go straight to the camps. We would interact with the kids, try to know them more personally, and then we'll go into chapel. We'll do object lessons. That's what we're doing this year. And then we'll go into small groups, and then we're going to play games afterwards. Then for the volunteers, in the afternoons, because they would go into lunch, and then in the afternoons, we'll eat lunch, and then they would have like their own camp in the afternoon.
The volunteers.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's 2 camps for a whole week, the same kids, right? Monday to Friday, the same kids in one neighborhood. And the young people, we keep them together, we stay together, and they have their camp in the evening. So it's very interesting, but it's a camp for youth. If we equip the youths, if the youths help us to reach the kids' camps, then they get their camp in the evening. So it requires around 37 volunteers every week for 2 months.
I think what's unique with your camp is that you go to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You don't move the kids to somewhere. You go to the neighborhood and form the camp in the neighborhood with the kids. And they register, or they can just gather?
Yeah, no, they can. One of the unique things is the follow-up, right? Without our partners, Belize Camping Experience would not exist. It literally, the partners are the people that are passionate to see that their community are being full of violence, and the kids are the ones that get affected, right? And so for them to come out and say, we want to partner with Belize Camping Experience, we love partnering with them with one condition, that they have to follow up with the kids. And we help them with any resources through the year, materials. We come to encourage them. We do programs with them through the year, little games. So there are some clubs that the kids need to learn to read. Like we have a lot of literacy problem in our children, so we have to help in that way. Some follow-ups are football or basketball. Some of them are arts and craft. But any way we can help those partners. Right now we have 13 partners in the city and the surrounding.
But these partners are from specific neighborhoods.
Yes, so one partner is from Genosher, Miss Shannon, and that's the area where she runs. And so what happens is the kids are already expecting their summer camp, right? That's like the celebration. If you've come through the year of follow-ups, then your club leader does a camp for you. And so all the kids in those neighborhoods are invited to come. And if they follow the Belize Camping Experience Facebook page, they can see where the camps are happening. Every week, we have 2 camps happening for kids because there's so many camps. So 2 camps and then 1 youth camp in the evening. And also the young people can go to Belize Camping Experience and register to volunteer. You want to share Anya as a volunteer?
Yeah, I'm actually volunteering for 1 week. You can do, if you have done it before, there's a return volunteer. And then they have applications for, if you're new to this, then they would have it on paper. And then you would come, you can decide when you can come. You can come the first week, you can come 2 weeks or 3. And then you would come on Monday and then leave on Friday.
Okay.
And everything is free.
Now the volunteers, because you concentrate this, like say you have Jane Osher,
Right.
You get the kids from that area,
Right.
And this lady is your partner,
Right.
She helps you organize
Right.
it and collect the kids and put them
Right.
together. But the volunteers, would you prefer they come also from the area, or volunteers can be from anywhere? Anyone can volunteer.
You know, I come from Orange Rock, right? And dealing with the kids in Orange Rock, a little bit less energy, but our kids here, the more volunteers we have, the better, because the camps are done right in the street. There's no, in Genosha, there's no area for us, so we have to block the streets, and we do it. So Miss Shannon, who is from there, she has 3 to 4 young people already that they were small kids last 7 years, 8
and
years.
they are going to help.
And they will help now, because it's like Anya. Anya has been a camper, but she's grown up, so she can be a volunteer. And so the more volunteers she has, the best. Then what Belize Camping Experience do is that give an invitation to the young people across the country of Belize. So if you come on the summer, you're going to find kids from all the different districts. But one of the most amazing thing, they call it, is the rice and beans. The cultures just mix. We have all different cultures, and we have one condition, that we all speak English. No matter if you're Quechua, Maya, Mennonite, Chinese, we speak English. That's our main language. That's our right. And like that, we can work together and move forward. And so Miss Shannon, who only has 4 volunteers, but she's going to have 60 kids, she needs help. So what Belize Camping Experience look at it, okay, you're going to have 5, we're going to send you 15 more. That's 20 volunteers for the kids. And those volunteers are being taken care by Belize Camping Experience, dormitory, food, everything correct. Miss Shannon doesn't have to worry about the camp curriculum, about the activities.
She just gathers the crowd.
Yes, because we want to support her. Without them, we cannot reach our kids.
Right.
You cannot go on these difficult neighborhoods and say, "Hey, kids, I want to play football with you," or the kids say, "Who are you, sir?"
Right.
Like, you don't belong here. But when you go with someone that works in the community, because they know that she cares, we partner with her and we make her shine, because we need those champions in our communities that are being
How
affected.
many of these communities you have?
13.
13.
13 in the city of Belize.
Name them for me. Where are
Yes,
these?
so we have Genosha, we have Dongtong, we have Belama, we have right down King Street, we have also to Belama Phase 1, then we have Ladyville, and then we have one that we do in Boom in that area. So they're all spread out. Out. I think there's one in Raccoon Street too. So we're here
And
to
you
work.
have volunteers for all these, because they come run at the same time?
2 at a time, you said.
Two
right?
at a
Two
time.
at a
Can
time.
you just imagine the amount of energy this needs, right? So for you to run a camp, 2 camps in the morning. The first camp is going to be downtown, right?
Okay.
And that camp is 200 kids. So where do you do a camp with 200 kids?
That's a good question.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult. So we need to get a lot of volunteers there. So the club partner needs to get volunteer, and we need to get volunteers, and together we move. But it's very difficult. And so what happens is that in one given week, we can have 45 to 75 volunteers for 1 week of 2 camps and 1 youth camp. In
These
the
are
evening.
overnight camps?
Only for the youths.
Okay, for the volunteers.
Not for the children.
Volunteers.
You don't want to take the
Yeah.
kids for it's a
That's our
handful.
responsibility.
You know, when we started with Belize Camping Experience, we did the overnight camp. We took kids from our city, and we couldn't sleep. Just imagine that. So that's where the concept of the day camps, we have adjusted to the need that our country has.
Yeah.
If we think that we're going to take 7 to 1,000 kids to do camp, it's a lot of
that's a responsibility.
lot of
It takes a lot of-
responsibility, and the
lot of
parents
organizing.
the parents feel more safe when they know that their kids are going with that club leader that has a heart for their community.
So you already have your volunteers for this year.
Are you looking for more?
We need the week volunteers. We need them. We have a handful.
Who would make the ideal volunteer? What age group? What kind of experience?
You like to share a little bit, Tanya, or?
I'm not completely sure what age group, but it doesn't really matter where you're from or what experience you have. Everyone is welcome there. We're all community, and sometimes in the afternoons we'll have games, interact with all the volunteers.
But the volunteers need to be older than the
Yes.
kids.
16.
Yeah. So
16
you-
to 24. The best
Yeah.
volunteers, the best volunteers are the ones that are graduating. And they're like, I don't know what to do with my life. And there's a lot of you guys out there. I don't know what to do. So what Belize Camping Experience do is to equip them to be leaders to the kids. So
Is there a training before the
there
camp
is
starts?
an intensive training. So next 2 weeks, there's over 14 young people that are
When does
between.
the training start?
It starts on the 26th. The 26th. No, next week it starts already. There's these guys are our champs. There's 14 of them that are coming across the country of Belize, and 3 of them are campers from the city that are
Yeah.
joining the leadership training, and they sign a commitment for the whole summer. They live with us for the whole summer. They sleep, drink, and we learn the curriculum. So when the volunteers come, they are the ones who are helping us to train the volunteers how they're going to help us in these camps. And these ones are between third farms and going to university, and that kind of gap where Belize Camping Experience really teach them the whole meaning of serving and kindness and compassion, but also putting in the areas that their strengths are. So if some of them like to teach, great. Some of us, I growing up, I was scared of kids.
So this is quite an organization. You have a group of the elite volunteers
Yeah.
who are trained,
Yeah.
and then you expect the other volunteers, the new ones, the neophytes.
They come under.
Yeah, they come under and
Yeah.
they get a training,
Yeah.
and then all of them work with all these kids. So how many kids you think you'll be touching?
You know, last year we had over 600 kids. This
That
year
you touch.
this year we're adding more partners, and we had 75 young youths that got the privilege to go and be volunteers on summer camp. However, a part of this piece for it to function, you need a staff that is there all year.
That's right.
Right? If you don't have a staff all year, you cannot do follow-ups, you cannot do camps. We have a staff of 9 Belizeans that have said, you know what, forget the corporate world. If we don't reach our kids today, we're going to have a bigger problem tomorrow. And four to five of them have been with us for 4 to 7 years doing this.
Wow.
And so because it's a very small group, we need people to come, and we call them support staff. And the support staff supports the staff, like the full-time staff. And then out of that comes the head cook, right? You got to remember. Can you imagine a cook?
You'll be feeding these
Right,
people,
yes, you have to feed the young people. So in 1 week you can feed 100 people every week for 2 months and a half.
And that's 3 meals. Okay.
That gives you the
Check
maths.
some-
Why we need people to
So
go and
that's
buy
why you
those
need
ice
to go
cream.
buy
That's
ice
what I'm
cream.
saying.
Yeah.
How many scoops you gotta
Yeah. And it's only 1 day, right?
of
One day of
sales?
sales.
One day.
Okay.
1 day.
Buy your gallon, it has
No.
to be by scoop.
Yes.
Okay.
But Anya has that way, right? Anya, how can people come and buy scoops a day?
Come to your closest Western dairies and purchase your ice cream. Every scoop, you're donating 50 cents to Belize Camping Experience. All the funds raised will go to summer day camps. The camps are free for the kids in the neighborhood, and the youth have their own camps in the afternoon. So purchase your ice cream, and you can be a part of Belize changing Belize.
Definitely.
You can also get your any container, and you can bring it to Western Dairies,
Yes,
and they will put your scoops in there.
Yeah.
Let's make sure Western Dairy sell out, guys.
You know, they say that if you're the Gamma Kobe, you know,
Yes, ice cream helps.
The ice cream helps. You know, you sit in front of the TV and cry and eat your ice cream.
That's true.
That's
But,
true. Yeah.
but also, if you think of it, a lot of our kids don't go for ice cream.
I know.
We have
They
a lot of
they don't
no.
never
We,
had an ice cream before.
we know the situation where you don't have money for ice cream. You have money to eat food.
Yeah.
So if you are
You could treat
someone,
a
right?
child.
If you are someone in the neighborhood and you know you can treat 150 kids or 2 kids tomorrow, take them out. You're gonna be their champion. You're gonna be
Yeah,
that person who will say,
true.
you know what, I love you.
Oh, that day is tomorrow.
That day is tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
right? So if you are a teacher and your children your students have been so good to you, take them out for ice cream. If you have a football club, if you have a church, if you have any type of children, and if you're a dad and you never took your kids for ice cream this whole year, this is your chance.
You need to be chastised,
Yes.
actually. Alexander, all the best.
Yes,
All the
thank
best
you.
to you. You know,
And keep up the good work, Anya.
Yeah. And Anya, of course.